29th of August, and Farouk and I are going on a ride, Yorkshire, grade 4 pleasure ride. The day is absolutely miserable, and it's been throwing it down all day yesterday. I mean, really coming down. I have got my waterproof trousers. Now you know that I'm a fair weather rider, but needs must. And I've just mucked out, and there's him depositing again. You can probably hear that. So yesterday I brought him in from the field, and I just combed out his mane, plaited it up just to keep it easy to do today, and the same with his tail. So I plaited his tail up because he likes to have a lay down, and then of course it's all dusty and you have to start all over again, and his tail does get tangled up easily. So I'm just going to give him a good brush off now, and then get his mane plaited properly, and then comb his tail out, and we'll be going about 10 to 9. It's 8 o'clock now, so 10 to 9, plenty of time to get him ready, saddled up and everything. And it'll take us probably 50 minutes to get to the meet. I'm a bit out with my timing there. It actually takes 35-40 minutes in the box, so I was there too early. We met at the village hall at Chopgate. Bella and Apollo are in the big field. He's been in overnight so that he's nice and dry, ready for today. So I've got a nice soft brush for Farouk. It's called a dandy brush, and I use a rubber curry comb to clean it out. And this, because it's a rubber curry comb, you can use it on the horse as well, rather than the metal one, which of course you can't. There's a good boy. I think his coat's looking really good, and his scarring hasn't come white so far. It might do next year, but so far he hasn't got any white where he ran into the fence. Yes, you are. Over. I always like to just run my hand underneath just to make sure there's no lumpy bits that you've missed with the brush that's stuck on, but there isn't, so that's good. It's good, isn't it? Yes. I like to just finish off with one of these household dust collecting cloths, the ones that attract the dust, just to finish off this coat. Over. What a good one. Going to plait his mane up now. I don't think you'll see it in great detail because it's just me filming, so I'm just going to leave it on a fairly wide angle. I have to stand on a stool. Even though I'm 5'8", I can't reach. Even though he's only 16 hands. Unlike Hollow, who's 16 too. Now bear in mind I don't show, so this isn't something you do for a show. You do it much better than I'm going to do it, but it looks good, I think, and it's easy, which is another good thing. It's easy to do. So you just sort his forelock out from the rest of his base, his mane, should I say. So just where the bridle lays, I just get that a little part in there. So just quickly comb through, even though I did it yesterday, just comb it through again. Won't take long. I always hold the mane, of course, just as you would if you were doing your own hair. You don't want it pulling. So just as you would with a plait, you get it into 3 strands, not too thick. Not too thin either, otherwise it takes you all day. So, 3 strands, you can see, I'm probably in the way, sorry, see if I can get further back. Three strands, and I go under, over and under, and then when you start your next one, you take a little bit of mane that's closest to join with the piece that you have, and then just continue on under. Looks best if you can keep them all the same width. and not too tight, because of course we aren't showing, we are going to be working, and they need to be able to put the head down, and if you do it too tight, of course they can't put the head down because the tight plait stops the net going down. So hopefully you can see that. So I tend to run mine down, not staying right along the top, just because I like that look, but you know, each to their own. You can just do it along fairly along the top if you practice. Of course there's a little bit hanging out there, but we don't worry about that. So you take the next little bit, you do it all the time. Once you get going, you're taking a little bit of hair each time you end up with a piece going towards their mane. Just fasten that up for a moment so I can move the camera. I think I'll be able to stand now without the stool. So this piece is going across here, you'll see, and I've taken a bit of mane to put together. Again, taking another piece as you come to the mane itself with your plait. So over, and again taking a piece of mane. You can see I'm sloping it down. But you could do it just straight across here. Of course, as soon as you've run out of mane, I can't get that in because, of course, I'm sloping down. If you were to come across here, you might get that little bit in. So don't worry about that little bit. And then you continue on a downward trajectory. It's going straight down because that's all the mane you're going to get in. I tend to leave my plait down, but it is traditional to roll it up and put it in a little bobble like so, but I don't. Well, I do sometimes, but not very often. Yeah. Especially if we're going on a pleasure ride, we don't do it. No, we don't. No, we don't. We
like to have it down, don't we? We do. Yes, we do. Yes. Yes. You can't help because it needs fingers for this job. Yes. Yes, it does. And I like to finish off with a little bow, and today's bow is yellow. Yes, today's bow is yellow. Yes, it is. Yes, these are just little dog bows. You put in the. They don't have forelocks, but they have their hair at the front of the face, and people like to tie them up out of the way of the eye, but I like to use them on my horses. Because Ike doesn't have any long hair because I clip it off. It's just easier because he's a country dog, and if he had long hair it would just be all matted up with wet and dirt and mud. Because he's not a house dog. He is a house dog, but he likes to go out for his walkies. So there we are. Well done. I hope you'll join us in part 2 tomorrow. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget a thumbs up and a comment, please. TTFN.